Hi friends, it's Murph. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I thought I'd show you how I make my creamy chicken enchiladas. Super easy, only a few ingredients, and they're really good. So let's get started. So first I'll show you a couple of ingredients. I'm going to use 4 burrito shells, just the soft kind, and a can of cream of chicken soup. It's just a staple you should have in your house because you can kind of whip up anything. This is actually leftovers that I'm putting together. We had chicken the other night. I have 2 cups of chicken. If you don't have any leftover chicken or you don't feel like cooking chicken, you can go to the grocery store and buy a rotisserie chicken. That's really simple. Take it off, save about 2.5 cups, and then put it together and you got dinner, okay? So here's 2 cups of chicken. To this, I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of cumin and a half a teaspoon of garlic. It's garlic powder. So I'm just gonna sprinkle that on that, and I'm just gonna give it a toss. I don't know if you use much cumin, but I'll tell you what, it's really good. It smells really yummy already. So like I told you, this is leftover, so I have big pieces. I'm just gonna kind of break it up. You can have like a shredded chicken. That probably works best because we are gonna put them in the burrito shells. And that's it to the chicken. Oops. Okay, let me show you what we're gonna do with that. We're gonna take 4 of the shells and we're just gonna divide it up. Put a scoop in each of them and just kind of even. The plate is not quite big enough to show you, but I'm gonna have to, that's why I have one over here on the side. Okay, so that's about it. We're just using all of the chicken up and just make sure it's fairly even. I don't want my husband getting all the chicken and mine being empty. Okay, so let's set that aside. I'm using a foil pan tonight because I'm gonna actually make a couple pans of this and throw them in the freezer. They freeze really well. So I'm just gonna make sure the chicken just kind of fits the shell well. And then I'm just gonna roll it up. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not tucking in the sides at all because we're gonna make the topping and we want it to kind of get in there. And I'm gonna put it seam side down in the pan. Let me move things around just a little bit so you can make sure you can see that. So here's this. Here's the chicken. I'm just gonna give it a little roll. That one's pretty full. And just remember, seam side down, okay? Just kind of give it a little push so it kind of stays in place. This is another one. So we have 4. Okay. Really easy so far, huh? Okay. So we're gonna set this aside for just a second, and I'm gonna show you the rest of it. In this bowl, I have a can of the cream of chicken soup. To it, I'm going to add 1 cup of sour cream. Hence the creaminess. That's where we get it, right? Sour cream is so good. Give that a little stir. And then we're gonna add a half a cup of chicken broth. Now I'll tell you, one time I didn't have any cream of chicken soup, and I'm gonna tell you what I did. I made some chicken. We had like a chicken dinner and had chicken and gravy and that sort of thing. I had a little bit of gravy left over, and I took the gravy, added some sour cream into it, and then just added a little bit more chicken broth or chicken stock, and then it was just as good. So just to kind of get rid of your leftovers kind of thing. So I'm gonna add a half a cup of chicken broth. I'm gonna give that a stir. Of course, here I am in a small bowl again. I like this bowl. This is like one of my go-tos. But it kind of gets a little messy, I know. So really, this is it. We're gonna add this to the top of the chicken enchiladas, and then we're gonna bake it. So let's recap while I'm stirring this. So I had 2 cups of chicken. I added a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder and a half a teaspoon of cumin. You can add more after you try it if you think you want a little bit more. My husband doesn't like anything too spicy or anything, so I just like to get a little bit of flavor and not too overpowering. So that's it right now. We're gonna bring the burritos back, okay? And we're gonna put this right on top. I know it looks like a lot of topping, but it's gonna go right down inside, around the sides. We're just gonna kind of help it. We're just gonna kind of push it down right in there. You wanna make sure everything's covered. So for me, I really like it when it gets kind of brown and crispy on the sides, the burrito shells. So I don't cover mine. I cook it at 375 and I cook it for about 35 minutes. You can kind of eyeball it. You may say 40 if you want it a little more brown, whatever works for you. So we're gonna take this, a half a cup of mozzarella cheese, and we're just gonna put it right on top. That's it. Real easy, huh? Okay, let's pop that in the oven. I'll show you what I had made. This one's just finishing up. Look how yummy that looks. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Okay. See how it's nice and brown on the sides? Boy, it looks like a little bit of heaven. I like the glass pan so you can kind of see right inside, make sure it's brown all over. It looks really good. All right. Let's take a peek. Sometimes I like to let it set for a few minutes because so it just kind of thickens up just a little bit so it's not super, super runny, but that's okay. This pan is funny, it's lopsided. I'm gonna scoop that right on. I'm trying to only grab one, but I guess I have a big spatula, so. Nice. All right, let's move some things out of the way so we can take a look at it. And I like to put a little more sour cream and some salsa on mine. So we're just gonna put a little bit. You don't have to, it's okay. Just a little bit. And put a daub right there on the top. Well, you know, let's just add another daub because sour cream's good. It's like in the butter category in my house. I love it. Okay, there you go. Let's cut it. See what it looks like. I don't really want to take a bite because it looks really hot, but I just might because it smells so good. I think I burnt my tongue a little bit. It's really good and really creamy. You can taste the cumin. Oh, it's so good. So if you cook your own chicken, make sure you season your chicken. I use a little garlic and pepper when I bake mine in the oven. So just make sure you have that seasoning, and then you're gonna add more garlic and the cumin when you put it. So you might wanna add a little salt after, but you wanna try it before you add too much salt anyway. I hope you like it and I hope you try it. Remember, on my Facebook page at Murph's Kitchen, if you look under the menu tab, you'll find all of my recipes. I'll print them all there. And if you have any questions, just reach out. And I hope you try this. Take care.